Hey, what's going on? You know who it is, you know what it is. All right, man, just woke up, man, turned on NBA network, and first of all, man, I'm pleased to hear, some good news as far as I'm concerned. Congratulations to Allen Iverson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Yao Ming, who all was inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame. I think they all deserve to be in there for what they contribute to the game of basketball. Yao Ming, even though his career was cut short by injury, he had a solid career. He averaged over 17 points a game throughout his career, and he did wonders for the Asian community and for his people. And he was a solid basketball player. Shaquille O'Neal, what can be said about Shaquille O'Neal? Now, Allen Iverson, man, I'm glad that he got in on the first ballot where he belongs because this is really about Allen Iverson. Because I'm gonna tell you something, man. Allen Iverson, when he played, man, he was one of my favorite players, man. The crossover dribble. I know he never won a ring. I know people tried to say shit about him, about his imagery, but I'm gonna tell you something, man. Allen Iverson, he did represent the streets. You know what I'm saying? The dudes that was out in the streets that was playing street ball, man, that never got a chance to make it to the NBA, and he did represent the streets, man. For the dudes who just didn't get the opportunity because in case you didn't know, Allen Iverson went through some shit before he was able to go to Georgetown for 1 year and get drafted into the NBA. As you know, Allen Iverson was framed by the police, literally framed for an incident that he didn't have nothing to do with. A fight that broke out at a bowling alley. Allen Iverson had left the scene. They had proof that the dude had left. And what the police did, they waited till Allen Iverson turned 18. The incident happened when he was 17 and a half. They waited 6 months till he turned 18 and they put a case on him and put him in prison. Now, luckily, thanks to you know, his mother's influence and uh I can't remember one of them reporters with ABC, they was able to get Allen Iverson out of jail because he was framed. And he went on to go to Georgetown for 1 year and he was drafted number one overall pick by the 76ers. He went on to win an MVP. He went to the NBA Finals. Unfortunately, they didn't win. Uh, you know, we know why that was. That was the Lakers, man. That Lakers team was just, they just had too much for the 76ers. But Allen Iverson took that mediocre team to the NBA Finals. And who knows if the 76ers would have tried to sign some better uh, key components around him. Who knows how his career would have turned out? Allen Iverson led the league in scoring multiple times, at least 3 times. He was a 11-time All Star. He scored over 20,000 points. I mean, the numbers was there. So I'm gonna tell you something. When Michael Jordan retired, for the third time, the main people that kept the NBA afloat until LeBron James was drafted was Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, and if you want to put Tim Duncan in that category, that's fine too. But those people that I named were the main people that kept the NBA afloat when Michael Jordan retired. And it was funny. I remember watching that game with Allen Iverson his rookie year when he just put that move on Michael Jordan and just shook him. And the funny part about it was people was mad at Allen Iverson for doing that, talking about he disrespected MJ, which I never got that. I mean, you know, you supposed to put him what you was supposed to let MJ steal the ball or something. That just never made any kind of sense. But Allen Iverson established his own, man. Allen Iverson was barely 6 feet, maybe. He might have been 5'11" at best. I know he was listed at 6'1", but I stood up to Allen Iverson. I stood side by side with Allen Iverson, and I'm 5'11", and he looked like he was the exact same high as me. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. Um, Allen Iverson, believe it or not, when he played for the 76ers, the 76ers was one of the best, at the time as far as it being on the road teams. The 76ers was like in the top two. I mean, people used to pack houses to come see Allen Iverson play, and this is fact. I remember whenever he had played the Warriors. Now, of course, I'll be rooting for the Warriors, but um, I would come near to see Allen Iverson score 40 points. And I'm gonna tell you something else about Allen Iverson. As you guys know, when before the game starts, the team do their shoot around. I'm gonna tell you right now, Allen Iverson used to stand around after they do their shoot arounds and sign like 40, 50 autographs. Some people wouldn't even sign autographs. They'd just walk in the tunnel and, get prepared for the game. Allen Iverson would stay and sign 40, 50 autographs, shoes, boxes, jerseys, shirts. They would have to come get Allen Iverson, say, Allen, we gotta go, we gotta go. That's what kind of cat he was. But as usual, you had people trying to vilify the dude, on TV. He was a dude, all he wanted to do was win. He was sort of like in the same category with T.O. He was misunderstood, you know. And like I said, man, he was the type of dude he didn't like to wear suits. He was the dude that brought that thug life, the mythical thug imagery to the NBA. But with the cornrows and shit, he brought a different perspective. And I'm gonna tell you something. Like I said, man, you go to these basketball courts, in Oakland, Mosswood Park, some of the parks at Hayward, you hear people do that crossover. They say that's that Allen Iverson shit. So that shows you what an impact he had on the game, man. So I just want to say, once again, congratulations to Allen Iverson, man, on making the NBA Hall of Fame on the first ballot, because you deserve to be there. I'm out.